Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey, when I was younger, I used to hear the term college puke. You dirty college puke. And I thought that was kind of wrong because it's like dismissing higher learning and education. And now I realize, actually, I realized a long time ago, but I realized how extremely accurate that is. And I spent 6 years in college, several years at University of Kentucky, and I went to photography school, another college down in Florida, and I can absolutely say that that statement is completely accurate. And it's not anti-intellectualism. It is anti-pseudo-intellectual elitism. And what prompted me to make this video, I've made kind of videos about this before, is I went to this store today and I had to read up on my land, and I was reading some legal documents. And a guy and he had a college shirt on from the University of Kentucky, and he was in the archaeology department. And he immediately looked like a college puke, the worst sort of head up his ass college puke. And I was telling him something about my land, and he mentioned something, and I said I had a barn, and anyway, he said, oh, no, this and this. I said, no, that's not true. I actually did quite a bit of research on the government's own website as far as the rules and regulations pertaining to a particular matter on my farm. And he said, no, he said, I went to University of Kentucky. I was in the archaeology department. You're wrong on being able to, because it's still not, I don't want to get into the details. And I said, no, I read the law on that. And he wanted to argue with me. And I eventually told him, I said, there's what you say, and there's actually what the law says, which I researched. And the law is paramount to what you personally believe. Anyway, it is just a wrong-headed idiot college puke. And so calling someone a college puke is true. And and I made a video like this about 2 years ago. There's only 5 different types of people in the world. I don't need to go over the 5 different types. But undeniably, the most dangerous person is a highly educated idiot. And this is a person with a lot of episteme, or empirical knowledge, that's been pushed into their head vis-a-vis indoctrination and memorization. But they actually have no common sense or wisdom. And there's a huge difference between episteme, or empirical knowledge, and gnosis, i.e. wisdom, which is transcendent and all-encompassing. A college puke is or an educated idiot, and they're just interchangeable terms, is someone that studied a lot. They've taken a lot of multiple guest tests. They've been conferred with a degree, which of course is completely useless, kind of like a dog has papers. The dog doesn't care, it's still sit there scratching itself and licking its crotch. I mean, I don't care if your dog has papers. It's the exact same order of magnitude of importance. And of course, you do want your structural engineers and your electricians to, have certification. So I'm not against certification. But people like this also to invest importance and grandeur to a doctor, for example. And you should go to a doctor if you break a leg. You should go to a doctor if you got a splinter stuck in your eyeball. You should go to a doctor if there's some sort of festering pustule on your arm that you got from a black mamba, or it's something that's of immediate physical impacture of your body. I mean, they're the second leading cause of death, but I'm not ranting against doctors, which of course I certainly could. But they're the second leading cause of death after cancer. But what you actually have to be wary of in life is not the fool, like some sort of illiterate idiot, who, immediately, the person before they even open their mouth is just, an uneducated, illiterate person. They might be able to live off the land. Kind of like an animal is an illiterate, stupid creature, but I mean, it knows how to take care of itself. It has common sense. It has instincts. Every dumb creature, which can't read, even the smartest parrot, right? They can problem solve. They're still a dumb, illiterate creature, right? But they know how to take care of themselves, and they have senses, and they have animal wisdom. We could call it animal wisdom. But people that want power over others and that use false pretenses to dominate others, these highly educated idiots that are all-encompassingly unintelligent in the absolutist or transcendent sense, they're fools. They don't know how the world works. They can quote you book and verse about something that they were memorized and taught and were forced to read, but You know, they can tell you the mechanics of and nomenclature of the anatomy of a horse, for example, but they don't know the essa, or the essence of a horse. They can't tell you anything about it. They have no experience. It's like someone that's read every book ever written on fishing, but they don't know how to fish, and they never fished. I knew somebody like that down in Atlanta. The guy was married to, it was very funny, but very true. He was married to this chick that was the head of pediatrics. You're supposed to be, wrote several books on children, but she herself never had children, and she hated children. You know, who the hell is this idiot chick, you know, writing books on children? She never had any children. She hates children. You know, like a dumb, barefoot, muddy-footed farmer up in the hills, you know, some chick that's like popped out 6 babies. You know, she's maybe illiterate, but she can tell you a whole lot more about children, you know, than this college-educated PhD professor of pediatrics at Emory University in Atlanta, by the way. I don't know if she still has that job. What a reprehensible scumbag. There's an old saying that says, goes something like, those who can't teach. I always get along with, even though I'm not, you know, blowing my own horn here, you know, puffing up my own chest. I mean, I'm incredibly intelligent. I get along fine with stupid people. I get along fine with them because they don't have pretense about them. You know they're illiterate and stupid, and you know, but a lot of them have a lot of common sense. They're easy to get along with because they're not conniving. You know what a conniving person is? Someone that plots and schemes and tries to browbeat you, you know, with their pseudo-intellectual empirical knowledge that's completely worthless. I have a degree. I studied this stuff. I paid a lot of money to get indoctrinated in college. It's like, yes, you did, and you're an idiot. You know, all you did was pop caffeine pills and cram a lot of useless crap into your head. You know, I spent countless years in the library. Countless years. I was taking college courses in high school. I was a prodigy. My college professor and my high school teachers, they said I was a prodigy, especially when it came to learning languages and nonlinear problem solving. And I am, but you know, I spent way more years in the library than any of you ever did. But that sort of empirical knowledge is not wisdom. It's not understanding. It's not comprehension. It's not gnosis. It's not wisdom. The evil people of the world are the highly educated scum, and they are scum. They're a form of troglodytic neophyte whose heads are crammed full of countless useless facts that they can't collate into a proper picture of the mechanics of the world and the universe. They don't know what's going on. And when you see these, here's an example, and it's just only one example. Of all the rioting, anarchist scum and filth that were going on here in the United States, 2 of the ones that were like the most scummiest and filthiest were these couple that were caught on tape throwing Molotov cocktails, you know, literally trying to murder people. Well, it turns out that one was a college professor and the other one was a doctoral that worked underneath him. They were out there trying to murder people. You know, completely innocent bystanders throwing Molotov cocktails. They caught some person on fire. College. This really is what college puke means. I'm not against college, but colleges are not about education. They're about indoctrination. People spend a lot of money getting a bunch of useless facts drummed into their head, but it doesn't make them better people. A better person is someone who understands the nature of the universe, the mechanics, and the essa of existence. That is someone with wisdom. That's somebody that's of value. They can problem solve. Being able to collate facts and regurgitate crap, really, honest and truly, people don't know how dangerous a highly educated demon is. There are a lot of very intelligent, and for an example, people think crazy people are stupid. I've known a few. I mean, incredibly intelligent, but just hardcore nuts, right off their bonker nuts. Insane asylums, for example, not that I've inhabited them or anything like that. They're full of a lot of extremely intelligent, like chess champions, you know, extremely legit. I mean, math. They can sit there and like they can do differential equations by drawing on an imaginary chalkboard in their head and come up with the right answer. Very, very, very intelligent, and yet extremely stupid and evil. No wisdom at all. They're completely psychotic. They're in a padded room for a reason. They're just very, very intelligent. I met when I was, I went to University of Kentucky. I've been to a lot of colleges. I hang around university libraries finding rare books. I've met a lot of these people. They are just bat crap crazy. These are the dangerous people of the world, not like the illiterate unibrow goober living up the hills off of the land. Those people don't have any pretense. Most of them don't have pretense. They're not conniving. They're kind of like animals, but animals in a good way. Animals in a good way, and you know exactly what it's about. You know it has common sense. It knows how to take care of itself. You know, you don't see animals committing crimes and trying to stab each other in the back and, engaging in endless thousands of horrible things that humans do. They don't have really any empirical. They have innate wisdom, and they have innate common sense, and they know how to take care of themselves, and they know what they have to do in life. These demonic, highly educated, subhuman scum with college degrees that are going around wearing black masks and, burning everything down. These demons don't actually create anything. And I'm only using these people as an example. Demons don't create anything. They don't create art. They don't actually improve society. The only thing they're about is destruction, tearing stuff down. You will see that all these, black clothing and black mask wearing, a pajama boy living in mom's basement people. They're all a bunch of degenerate, social outcast. They're not saying they're all not very intelligent, but I mean a lot of them are highly educated. They're miscreants. They're deviants. They can't create anything. Wisdom always leads to creation. I love inventing stuff. I love building stuff. If patents weren't so expensive, I would have like 30, 40 patents right now, but they cost a fortune. But people like this, they don't create anything. The only thing they know how to do is hate stuff, destroy stuff, burn it down, hate it, smash it, destroy it, hate, hate, hate. These people don't contribute anything. Not only do they not contribute anything to society, they don't contribute anything to their own lives. They are the most miserable subhuman scum on earth. They really are. I have this theory that I've been testing for 20 years, and it's always true. Like if you see more than 15 bumper stickers that have like social justice warrior mottos on them, you see someone driving, what you do is you like go to the same parking lot that they are, pretend like you're going to the same store. And you just look at them, and you might even like say, hey, what's up today? They're the most miserable animals on earth. They spend all their time hating everything. They can't create anything. They literally do nothing for society, nothing for the community. They hate themselves. They're the most miserable sacks of crap on earth. I mean, they are really horrible people. And I'm not singling out like what's going on in the world, but they do serve as perfect example. All these people that are burning and tearing stuff down, they're not creative at all. They don't create anything. They don't help anybody, and they don't help themselves. They hate themselves. They hate everybody around them. And that's the sort of filth and scum that, unfortunately, while it's a generalization, it's also a truism. What is a generalization means it's generally accurate, and therefore it is by definition a denotation of truism. That's the scum that colleges spit out. If they were about education and higher learning, that would be awesome. But these places are really not about that. If you could go to college and not take all these erroneous stuff, you just wanted to take classes on uh, electrical engineering or architecture. They have places like that that are the same thing. They're called trade schools. Trade schools. You don't learn a bunch of extraneous crap. You learn about the stuff you want to learn about, and you make a career out of it. And usually you end up with a paying job. You do an apprenticeship. Colleges are not about that. They want you to take all this extraneous crap. Well, it just makes you a more well-rounded student. You know, you should be, even though you only become an electrical engineer, you need to take English literature and no, what they want you to take that stuff so they can suck every penny you got in your pocket out of you. These places are centers for sucking you dry. They're basically run like a religion, kind of like that sick religion off that failed science fiction writer. It's all about sucking the money off the individuals. There's a reason why that religion hates children too, by the way. They hate children. You know why they hate children? It's an easy answer, because they have no money. That's the reason why that sick religion, it's not a religion at all, it's just a weirdo cult. They hate them. They hate children because children have no money. Anyway, I will stop the discussion there. I think I made my point. Have a good day. Goodbye.